Do you want more? More time, more balance, more love, more sex, more money, more real, and less bullshit? This is the Women Wanting More podcast with Dr. Karen Osborne. Real life, real stories, plus real tips to get you more of what you want.
So there's a beautiful story. I'm trying to think where I heard this. I believe it was definitely on an Oprah Super Soul Sunday podcast episode. Oh gosh, who was it that was talking about the 1,000 veils? But here's how this kind of is, and this is what I find is so beautiful, is that there's all these veils that, so this is metaphorically speaking, of course, your sister, that get covered onto, get covered onto us, that attach to us, maybe attached to us, and they look like things like this. So somebody, I think it was Brene Brown, somebody, calls you fat as a kid, and it creates a feeling of shame. That's a veil. You get your first love of your life and you get dumped and you feel, badly, but that's a veil. You have maybe something physically happen to your body. You have, some health crisis. That's a veil. You have these experiences where people maybe put you down, don't lift you up. Maybe you have a parent that, was doing his or her best, or your siblings that were doing his or her best, but used to, maybe demean you, and maybe you were abused. Veil, veil, veil. All these experiences that can happen to us, and that I feel like I'm totally ripping apart this story. See, when I'm moved by something, I often will grab the notes section on my phone, and I'll be like, Siri, add this to the notes section. I'll be like, this will be a great podcast. And so this was a week ago, and I'm like, am I telling the story right? So if you know this story and I'm completely butchering it, my bad. But let's get just the gist of it, which is, we have all these veils on us. Some people will call them masks, right? All these layers. I often talk about layers of an onion. It's like peeling all these things out to get to who we really are underneath, right? To get to that center, that core of the onion, to get all the veils off so we can really see who you truly are. And that you can see who you truly are. So right now I might be thinking oh great, Karen, that's a great kind of metaphor, and yeah, that cool, makes sense, but what do I do? How does that happen? And you know what? The honest answer, the first thing that hits me, sister, is I don't know. I know that there are tools and things that you can do to begin to get clear on this, but honestly, everyone's journey is theirs. It is the journey, as cheesy as it sounds. It is the journey. It's not if there were, for example, do these 5 things, all the veils will be, taken off. You can see and understand who you truly are. Well, then it would take away the whole part of figuring it. It doesn't, you would lose it. You would lose all the gifts in that experience. You would not see that all those veils, although at times don't seem to have any kind of purpose or meaning, but they truly do. And that I believe that one of the central purpose of our life is to remember who we are, and to remember that we are all one and all connected, and that if we have all these veils, all these stories, all these thoughts, all these broken belief systems, all of this paradigm, this way of being, which just covers us up, then we're never going to get to who we truly are. And there is no 12-step program, 5 steps, 7 steps, 7 habits to make it get there. But there are some key things that you can do. So let's discuss this today. Space. Number 1 is space, sister. Space that you create for yourself on a daily basis. And maybe you create more space on a weekly, on a monthly, on a quarterly, on an annual basis. My husband and I create space for ourselves. This is the second year we've done this in a row, and we will continue to. A full week away from children, just him and I. Away from business. Now, we're creators, and so we probably might be writing, and we might like post on Facebook, that kind of thing, but there's no work that's being done on this. Like, it is truly time for us individually to have that space, and for us to have that space together as a couple. Okay, so we're going on a holiday to Maui for a week to do that, one of our favorite places on the planet. How else can you do that? You can move your body on a regular basis and exercise to create that space for you. You could be meditating. And meditating, too, opens up a lot of channels for you to really hear from the voice, God, universe, source, higher power. Whatever word works for you. It's all the same thing. Meditation, journaling, like journaling your thoughts, right? Surrounding yourself around messages like this that I'm speaking to right now, like other podcasts, like reading books, understanding that you still need to take action and do things. This isn't about, well, once I read this 5th book, that'll somehow open it up for me. No, you need to continue to take action along with that. Right now I'm reading the book A Course in Miracles, and it's like, even when you take a look back, even if you take a look at scripture in the Bible, like it's not just about thinking about things or learning. You have to then start to put these things into action and really figuring out who you are, remembering who you are, uncovering all the veils to really see you and for us to see you. Yeah, that's going to require you actually do things. It's going to require that you become vulnerable, that you tell the truth, that you become real, that you stop hiding behind all the veils. And as painful, as difficult as that can be, you find the courage to actually begin to walk this journey, to walk this path. So yes, creating space, yes, meditation, yes, journaling, yes, moving your body, yes, getting out in nature. Listen, that could be a 5-minute walk, because some of you are going to hear this message and go, oh, well, that's great, Karen. I can't go to Maui. No, make it whatever it is for you. You have an outside. You live in a home, or you work in a building, or in an office, or in a business, and you go outside. That does not take a lot of energy, and it could be 5 minutes. It could be you sit in the sun for 5 minutes a day, and you feel the sun on your space, in your space, on your face, and you breathe. If you live near water, oh my goodness, get to water. If you live near water, get to water. I am so grateful I live across the street from the beach and the ocean. Every single day I see the water. And I've realized about myself, I've done about myself for a while, but it's kind of one of those things where it's like, I just, for whatever reason, no judgment, no regret, I just never really took a lot of action in it. And so last week I was either in or on the water every single day. And actually, I have been, and that was either through swimming in the pool, being on the water, so I stand up paddleboard. I just started doing that now. So I literally just open up the garage, grab my board with my paddle, life jacket on, my bathing suit on, shorts, even though the water's cold. It's warmer now with it being, recording this in July, so it's, nice warm summer day. The water's kind of nice and cool on my feet. Standing up the board, and I'm paddling. So I'm either in or on the water. So pool, stand-up paddleboard, or float. I float once a week. And actually, it's been the same this week too, because I had a swim lesson on Monday. Yesterday was Tuesday. Stand-up paddleboard, was in the pool today. So being in the water, or seeing water, having water, it's really important for me. It grounds me. It centers me. Reading the things that I'm reading right now, a lot of spiritual things. And so, Course in Miracles, I mentioned, A Return to Love by Marianne Williamson, podcasts I'm listening to, just the messages coming in of that is helping me to find a lot more peace. It's helping me to remove some of the veils that are still there. Some of the really anger and rage, and it's okay. Pieces of my ego, fear stuff. There's no judgment about it. There's no regret. Those things still have their place at times, but it's much more of a movement to love. I'm going to choose love whenever possible. But the veils start coming off. When you start accepting who you are, and you start loving who you are, and you start understanding and remembering who you are, because there's no longer all these veils, and you're able to see who you truly are. So here's your more tip. Let's give you kind of something specifically to do. And let's give you something really simple, okay? Sit in stillness for 3 minutes a day. That's it. Stillness. Your stillness could equate to meditation. Your stillness could equate to you sit and you look at a favorite painting that you have for 3 minutes. Stillness could be that you close your eyes and you breathe. But, still. So don't be like, oh, I do walking meditation. Well, that's cool. I believe meditation can be many different ways. It's not just sitting cross-legged, saying ohms and chanting, or I use Muse and whatever. But this is stillness. And for some of you, I'm telling you right now, this is going to be killer. And by killer, I mean it's going to be really difficult because you're going to want to be constantly moving. This is a society today that glamorizes and glorifies, busy, rewards it. Good for you, badge of honor. So you're going to find, and all the stimulation, right? Facebook and, everything online and just blah, blah, constantly plugged in. So there will be a feeling. I remember when I started taking, I've done yoga for on and off for years and years, probably for the last 20 years. Yeah, last 20 years for sure. Maybe even a little bit more. And I can remember when I really started to have more of a regular practice at the time, and I was going into probably anywhere from 2 to 4 times a week. And I remember being in Shavasana, lying on your back, or just thinking that not thinking about things. Oh my God, that took a long time. Yeah. Because my brain and my mind was constantly going. I remember being frustrated with myself. How come I can't let go? How come I can't be empty in thoughts? How come I blah, blah, blah? And then I would get mad at myself in yoga. And then I'd go, what the hell am I doing? Getting mad at myself? I'm in yoga and I'm mad? What? So stillness is not easy. It's not. But I'm going to give you this challenge, okay, with today to help you to start to remove some of these veils. Sit in stillness for 3 minutes a day for 30 days. That's it. Sit. And be with yourself. So there you go, sister. So speaking of sisterhood, you're able to join this sisterhood for free for the first 7 days and being a woman who are like you, right? They're on their own personal path, their own journey to start to uncover these veils. And so that's at drkarenosborne.com/sisterhood. The first 7 days are on me, drkarenosborne.com/sisterhood. If you do not already subscribe to the Woman Wanting More newsletter, I want you to head over right now, drkarenosborne.com/action guide. Okay? And you're going to get, number one, the show notes. So when you hear me talk about things, you're like, oh, what was that thing again? You got to stop, write it down, or listen to it and then grab your phone and, no, you can just actually get the show notes will be sent to you Monday through Friday. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, when you subscribe to the newsletter. And in addition, you are actually on the VIP list for Everything Woman Wanting More, the book I'm now writing, which will be coming out in, I don't know. That's the honest truth. And I'm going to send you some really amazing trainings on how to really even more, how to really drop stories and create new ones and help to remember who you are and uncover these veils. So that's at drkarenosborne.com/action guide. And then lastly, sister, make sure to subscribe to this podcast and leave a 5-star review so we can help reach more women that want to learn how to uncover their veils too. So I'll talk to you the next episode, sister. A life of more is just one step away from you doing the fucking work every single day. I love and appreciate you.
To get the show notes of each Women Wanting More episode, including the How to Get More tip, subscribe to the newsletter at drkarenosborne.com/newsletter.